welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I'm here with the Inspector Who Reacts, and we're here to talk about the most recent episode of Kenobi.
Episode 5, Revenge of Reva?
Is that what it was called?
Or no, not, the Reva Strikes Back.
It was a very, very good episode.
It was definitely more, like, this one definitely was, like, last week's episode was definitely more, like, I hate to say we call it a little meh, but this one was more, like, oh, it's getting serious again.
Yeah, a lot more action, confrontation, suspense, drama.
Some
reveals,
yeah.
Lots of sadness, lots of gut-wrenching moments. MXC, nice of you to show up. You're late. But hello.
But right at the beginning we get something very, very nice.
I know. Oh my gosh, I was not I was hoping, but I wasn't expecting it, like, right there.
Yeah, we talked about flashbacks and stuff. Finally we get one, but I don't think any of us ever expected Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we really didn't think we'd go that far.
Yeah.
It would be Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like pre like Clone Wars Anakin.
Yeah.
That was right.
You make the time. Lucifer, darling, hello. How are you?
We got the Obi-Wan mullet back.
Mm-hmm. And the Anakin braid, the Padawan braid. That was so cool.
Anakin with the short hair or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to, like, talk about that whole scene, like, in itself
Mm-hmm.
first, because it's so. It almost made me like somebody to edit that scene and then put it in Attack of the Clones, like it's the first time we see Anakin and Obi-Wan before they go up the elevator
Mm-hmm.
to Padme or something. Like, it would be a good introduction to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool. You make the time for things you care about. What? Robert, hello. I heard that Frankie and Obi-Wan will meet at the end of the series. Yeah, of course we will. Spoilers.
You never see if you can try and get, like, in some Star Wars extra or something. Like, maybe you get, like, a background Jedi.
I don't think I could handle it. I think I would probably, like have a panic attack.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I know they did do some effects, or at least I'm certain they had to have. But it is. I will say it is kind of interesting how it doesn't feel like they made Hayden or Ewan look that much young, like, because they are. I mean, not that they don't look bad or anything.
Right.
It's just that they're not, 19 and 20 something anymore.
Yeah, like, now, I mean, mind you, I was watching this on my phone because my laptop crapped out on me, so I didn't have the best picture of it, but, like, yeah, to me it didn't look like if they did any de-aging, they didn't do too much, so I don't know, maybe, like you said, maybe they didn't do any de-aging at all, maybe they just did some different technique.
Did some makeup or something.
Yeah, because it looked more like them now, but but yet a little younger. So yeah, maybe it was just makeup and lighting and.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not a deal breaker.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't. Of all the things they work on effects and everything, like, this is the one thing they didn't do. Like,
maybe they were afraid.
They look 20, and it's like, it's not. How, I mean, seriously, you have his act. He doesn't look that much different, but you can make him. You have his face right there. Shouldn't be the hardest thing to make, to put his face on his face.
Maybe they were afraid that, like, not afraid, but maybe they were concerned that, like, fans were gonna, kind of complain about it because, how Star Wars fans are. Like, oh, you finally have them back. How could you de-age them? Leave them as they are. We want to see the real them.
But that's the funny thing. It's like, making him look young, I don't think anybody would have noticed. That's the thing. It's like, I feel like just making him look like he would have flown under the radar, sort of a thing.
Maybe, because, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person.
Again, like Hayden has this really baby face in Attack of the Clones. It has this really smooth and young face.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, and oh, uh, I'm certain, yeah, or I think I even heard, which is funny. I think I've even heard that they've actually aged up Ewan in the series instead of de-aging him. They've aged him up, sort of
Yeah.
thing, like in the older thing when he's with Leia and all the series. They've actually like,
You could tell by like the lines on his face. I'm like he's not that old in real life. Like you could see it's not. So I guess that helps them when they do the flashbacks. Maybe they don't have to do as much for him.
Yeah, I guess that works too. But yeah, I will say but the good stuff. It was so. I will say it's really. You can almost kind of feel this different feeling that like it's so cool to actually see like Ewan and Hayden just acting together as Anakin and Obi-Wan again. And in the scene, it feels again it's like Obi-Wan is trying to teach Anakin a lesson, and Anakin's trying to be, I don't know, he's trying to be impressive. He's trying to impress Obi-Wan or something like that. And it's kind of sad because you like here's Anakin's like I did it, I finally won. Obi-Wan's like no, and Anakin's like, oh come on man, like give me this win or something. Like, praise me or give me a little help, give me some encouragement. It's like Obi-Wan's still talking him down.
And I like how they. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
See, I like how they carried the scene out throughout the entire episode and had it like kind of help tell the story.
It becomes relevant. Yeah, it's very. It also makes me feel like if this was Qui-Gon, he probably would. Again, this is been like Anakin probably would have gotten rewarded, or like he would not have been talked down to Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan's still. He's still teaching lessons, and they're not bad lessons, but Anakin's not what Anakin wants to hear.
Yeah.
That's what Anakin needs.
Yeah.
And, but, and the fight, like that fight was so good. It was just so cool to see them. And I feel like they even threw in. I even wondered if like Ewan and Hayden were like, hey, can we like try it? Like, can we practice? Like, maybe there's like some muscle memory that we still have, and we want to like retry real quick.
Oh, I could totally see them doing that. Just like old times.
Yeah, that's like I feel like they did like redo some of the moves that we've seen them do in Revenge of the Sith, like but with the new saber props, which actually like glow, and the new they're actually a little slower, but it's understandable because this is a practice test. They're not trying to kill each other, and they're not. And this is when Anakin is before war. Veteran Anakin and Obi-Wan, they're not battle worn or battle tested at this point. So they're just having a practice. It's so cool just to see that moment.
Yeah.
So cool to see this. I love the lines. I love the dialogue too, where it's like and Obi-Wan's like you shouldn't be aggressive, and Anakin's like you can't always be merciful or something. They have such a great back and forth.
Yeah.
Yes. We even get a little bit of like Anakin like says like some future Vader lines like you were beaten, don't resist. I don't want or something. Your weapon's gone. Yeah, it's like he's got. We're getting hit again. It's just pull back and pull forward. It's so good.
I know. I'm still waiting for a moment with Satine. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I feel like they're, in a weird way now. I feel like for Kenobi, they're focusing just on the movie stuff. They're not doing any Clone Wars or outside references. There's gonna be no Ahsoka references or anything like that. I mean, there was Quinlan, but that's like it. He's just a random Jedi that Obi-Wan knows. So.
Yeah. I had a dream that we got a Satine flashback. It was like the season 3. It was like the season 3 episodes with them, but like I was watching it in live action. It was weird, but it was really cool. But I had a dream like that was the flashback.
yeah, then I was thinking, who would they get for um does
She's inspired by an actual actress, and her
yeah, I was gonna
name.
say who would they get for her? But I was also thinking like does uh Bo Katan's actress like have any siblings that are also acting or something like because that'd be cool
Maybe.
like they could get like related family because spoilers Bo Katan and Satine are related.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was yeah. So but now we have her back in modern times, the current situation, and basically they're just trying to escape while Vader has found them where they are. So.
Mm-hmm.
And Riva has been appointed to Grand Inquisitor at this point.
Yeah. Which, like, when I saw that moment, I was like, oh, like, wow, okay. I'm surprised, but good for her. I was
Yeah,
buying the whole thing.
and kind of getting ahead of you, but remember when I mentioned, and I don't know if but basically there was somebody made a mention I kind of agreed with, but it was that Riva was doing all this to get to Vader, not
Mm-hmm.
to get to Obi-Wan. It was
I
always I
remember
was like,
that.
no, it was like
And I
yes.
was like, nah, I don't think so. But sure enough.
I just feel a little vindicated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, but I will say I'm glad that's kind of what they did because it really like adds more context to why she's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't make her not better, but not that's not the word. It's like doesn't make her redeemable or anything. She's still
Right.
like doing horrible Inquisitor acts. But
Yeah.
her goal this whole time was just to get to Vader, which is interesting.
She was obviously
And
very driven by, like, anger and hatred to even believe, because she obviously wasn't thinking clearly, to even believe that she could take him down,
yeah,
that she had what it took.
to be fair, it wasn't a bad idea to basically Obi-Wan to basically blind Vader to anything outside of him, like just to focus. Kind of the same thing how Palpatine was focused on Luke while Vader took out Palpatine. So
Mm-hmm.
like kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
blind the dark side to
Mm-hmm.
to your senses or something. By which
Yeah.
is fair understanding. And I well, it's get like yeah to the end where her and Vader fight. It was actually it was really interesting to see like to show how Vader didn't even need his lightsaber for this fight.
Yeah.
How um, basically how the difference between an Inquisitor and a Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm. Really showing how powerful he is, which we knew, but
Yeah.
it's
But he
cool.
doesn't even need a lightsaber.
Yeah.
He just forces her with his powers to keep her at bay, and
Mm.
then takes her weapon and then entertains her the idea
Yeah.
that she like gives her somewhat of a fight, but even it's not even a fair fight. It's like okay, I'm going to give you a chance, but because I'm giving you the chance, you've already lost.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then I honestly thought he was going to Count Dooku her because he had both of her lights. I thought he was gonna
Oh.
like hold them and like do the Count Dooku
Mm-hmm.
execution. Um, but he stabs her, and we kind of get a flashback to her also getting stabbed by Anakin way back then,
Yeah.
which is so this is her second stab, so she's had experience with stabs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the Grand Inquisitor is revealed to still be alive,
Yeah.
and I had problems with him in the beginning, but I will say he got some very savage lines
Mm-hmm.
to her. This episode I was like, dang. I think even think his makeup looks darker, like he's more closer to the Grand Inquisitor in the Rebels
Mm-hmm.
cartoon. He looks more dark side here
Uh-huh.
in the beginning. Um, but yeah, we do have this. We have the reveal that she's a youngling from the temple and did see Anakin and was one of Anakin's victims
Mm-hmm.
in that fight.
Yeah. That scene was very It was very sad and upsetting.
Yeah.
You know, but she survived and was obviously driven by revenge.
By the dark side and the rage and everything.
I'm just surprised that Vader didn't finish her off. Like,
Finish her off.
I'm glad he didn't, because
Yeah.
I want more of her character to, you know, see where this goes. But I'm just, he could be so
Yeah,
brutal at times, but then other times he lets Obi-Wan go, he lets Reva go.
I think, in a way, it was like she's not even worth it to him anymore.
Yeah.
It's like letting her slowly. If she survives, she's not even still a threat if she comes back or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those. It's like the mental defeat on top of the physical defeat.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of bring her down a bit.
They didn't finish her off because Star Wars has commitment issues with letting people die unless you are Aunt Beru or Uncle Owen. Maybe they fake their deaths. Ever thought about that?
Yeah, that's how they're tired of raising Luke.
They had those skeletons in the closet, and they just took them out. And they're not real.
Or maybe, I'm just being stupid ideas. Like maybe Rare like kidnaps them and then clones them, so Luke, it's not actually.
You know what?
A clone Owen.
Can you imagine? We know she knows about Luke.
They're living in the luxury. They were sent to Alderaan. They lived in the luxury of Alderaan for then they got blown up.
Oh God. Snoke is Uncle Owen. Heard it here first.
That would have been, that no one would have seen that.
The blind slide of the century.
I would love that, honestly. It would have. Oh man, it makes sense too. Uncle Owen does not like this guy. He's not a fan of the Skywalker. He's not a fan of the Force use. We've been very young. Gosh, that would have been so cool. That would have been so stupid. It would have been so cool.
It could still be true. You never know how they can twist things.
In a weird way, we know where Snow comes from, but we also don't know where Snow comes from.
Star Wars likes to lie to us. We were told Rey was no one.
I mean, young Palpatine almost does look like Owen in the Rey's flashbacks or something. It does.
Could be. Got jokes.
Yeah, I also like how before that whole fight, we get to see Vader basically unleash the Force and just bring that starship escaping.
Mm-hmm.
Just brings it down and rips it apart, only for it to he was so focused on that one getting escaped that he didn't see the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It was gotten away.
Yeah.
And used all the Force. That it was just that he was too. He had to wait for his Force to recharge before he could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Video game style.
Yeah.
It's but I will say one thing a complaint, but this is focused on. That was very easy for Leia to fix her robot. It was just peel off.
Oh yeah, I know. It was like they left that as the cliffhanger in the last episode, and yet she just kind of fixes it in 1, 2, 3. Like yeah. I was like, all right, well.
It was why doesn't the Empire put more of these little ticks on droids and
I think
it's so easy to turn a droid evil.
I think that it would have been more interesting if that's kind of how they started the episode, where maybe they think they're home free, and then all of a sudden they look at the droid and they realize, and then there's panic. What do we do? How do we get out of here? But that part that could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I was like,
I
feel like there should have been much more. Also, we don't see Lola in the future, so it's something's got to happen to this droid.
She's left on Alderaan.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? That's probably what happens. Lola gets Alderaan.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired.
Remember? and I had another like a stupid thought when I watched your reaction. You said we talked. There was a moment where it was like, what if Luke and Leia meet as kids?
Oh yeah, and they don't remember. Like,
yeah, or they just like, hey you, bye,
mm-hmm.
bye. Who's that? I was like,
yeah, like just kind of cross paths and like it'd be kind of cool.
But what if Leia is Luke's first crush, or like, and then he gets a crush again, like years
And falls in love with her again all these years later.
Obi-Wan's just like, God dang it.
God.
No, look, like, no, back. He's like trying to keep the two kids. No, get away.
God.
Shoot. Tries. It's like Luke's like hanging out with Leia, and Obi-Wan's like scares Luke. Like, get out of here. Shoot, get. Can't be seen together anyway.
Yeah. Don't get any ideas.
But that would be cute. Those two actually
right?
meet. And like they were on Tatooine or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like just Owen and Beru, like Luke and Beru are going grocery shopping and it's like
the restraining bolt was a lie. Lola is a traitor. She went back into hiding after getting captured by Leia. You got jokes.
We never did see Lola after that.
Mm-mm.
I will say though, I did like Leia almost in a way like she kind of like taking charge again.
Mm-hmm.
Like that little moment with her where she's just like, we need to fix the situation. She's like, I can do it. I'm gonna need a ladder. Get me up there.
And Obi-Wan was like, when people were doubting her, he was like, no, I trust her. Like, you listen to her.
Yeah, I mean, it's like she's done good so far.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and besides, do we have any other options? Come on, like, no one else is volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, the Leia's so good, like little Leia's she's so good.
Yep, she's excellent, perfect casting. And yet there are people on the internet who don't like her.
And we have hope. I know we're finally we're gonna be putting Luke in danger. Something like season 2. Luke is the one that gets
finally. Tim, hello. How are you? I thought this was one of the best episodes yet. Yes, I agree. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I thought it was very good. But yeah, so I guess next week's episode will be back to Luke.
Yeah, I'm curious how this, like, because, okay, the whole, like, maybe Luke and Leia meet aside, maybe, like, this probably, like, Ben has to separate himself, so maybe he goes back to Tatooine, but this is where he says goodbye to Leia.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, so Reva finds the communicator.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I will say there is kind of a, Owen basically left a voicemail saying, hey, I don't know if you're gonna answer this. So maybe some like random bounty hunter or Vader on the other end gets this. But hey, I'm gonna go rescue Luke. You know, Vader's son. That Tatooine. It's like, really, Owen? That's not how you could have just said like, I'm going to help with a mission on this planet. You know where I'm gonna. Like, you don't need to like explain it.
No, yeah, it was not a good idea. He trusted Anakin too. Shut up.
Yeah. Or not on bail.
How about that scene where Reva is attacking, all the rebels or whatever you call them, and Tala, and her droid get taken down in the process. That scene was so sad.
Yeah, it was honestly, that was a good scene of them. Basically, like, that was a lot of stormtroopers, like just one Jedi holding back, but everybody else, like, we got to see like early rebel factions or something. And yeah, I was actually, honestly, I did not expect them to kill those characters. Like, I don't expect them to survive, so it was kind of shocking to see them get killed off in this moment. And yeah, and she basically like keeps Kenobi from saving her and takes out
Yeah.
as much of the troops as she can with her.
Yeah, she sacrificed herself. I'll dream about her and being in the third season of Mixie's Corner. You listen, you enjoy her.
Also, yeah, we do. I do like that one. I like that line of when Ben. Oh yeah, where he when they ask like, "What are you gonna do without your weapon?" It's like there are alternatives to fighting.
Yes.
And then when he actually, I will say this is like a complaint, but I also love this scene. But what I love is that when Obi-Wan is basically captured in front of her, she says like, "What are you gonna do?" And she's like, you're not bringing him to me. I am bringing him to you." So he kind of like turns it to her, sort of thing. Like, but I will say it was annoying that they're having this conversation right in front of an army of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
It's like the troopers are like, are they talking about? Are they working? Like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, should we call the boss?
Can we get the boss on line 1? I think you should hear this.
So I will say, it's like if this had been held in like a more private corner, then I would accept it. I would like the scene a little better, but I still like that line. It's a really good moment. And in a way, I will say it is interesting that this is like Obi-Wan's basically like okay, either A, you take out Vader, or B, you die. It's like good luck. It's like I'm out.
Yep.
So basically, Kenobi basically used her, which now that she survived is not gonna. I'm curious what she's gonna like. She's got the message about this, so I'm curious what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. Unless I hope the next episode is an hour long, because we got to deal with her and knowing about Luke, and we have to deal with Vader and Obi-Wan's final confrontation.
Right.
Sort of thing. So I'm curious how they're gonna do both. So I hope it's an hour. I hope we have a lot of time focused on that.
Yeah, that would be nice. She's bringing treats to you. What we are bringing Frankie to you. There you go. Oh, my dog.
Nice. Yeah, and Tala, we have kind of a good moment where we kind of see where Tala early on, before the battle, basically she talks about the moment she realized the Empire isn't right. So she's that's where it's a good moment. I like that's a small moment, but I do like how she basically explains like, now because of this I'm helping helping the Force use some of that. Yeah, and she helped to the end basically. If there's another little thing, but man, there's a lot of whispering in this episode. There's a lot of quiet. I had to like kind of turn up the volume to hear.
Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't even notice with my headphones.
Yeah, if headphones, I'm pretty sure no problem. But like speakers, it was a little. That's why I will say for my reaction, you couldn't hear the episode. It was just unfortunate because they were talking. So that was a little annoying, but that's just a issue on my end or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
Discuss watching Kenobi on a phone. At least there was no pop-ups. Oh my gosh, like last week's episode.
Oh, your laptop.
Yeah, I wasn't. I always watch on my laptop. And last week I restarted my laptop right before I started the episode because it was being a little wonky. And it was fine. And let me open up the browser. I was able to pull up the episode and I started watching it. No problem. Like, okay. I don't remember how long it was into the episode. Then all of a sudden, like
all your apps on it just started
activating.
Yes. Does your laptop normally do that?
When it restarts, like when it restarts or turns on. You know how like there are certain programs that will start when you turn on your computer. Like Discord always starts for me on this computer. That's like the first thing that pops up.
Turn those off.
Well, yeah. which I have on this computer with some of them. But like I don't usually restart my laptop, so it's not really an issue. Usually I just put it to sleep. So I never really disabled those things. So it was just like, this app and this app and this app and this app. And I was like, no! It's annoying. But the phone was like, I was like, what planet are they on?
What was wrong with what was wrong with laptop?
So last night, so like 2 days before the laptop started acting a little weird, it suddenly like wasn't detecting the audio hardware on my laptop. It said no longer exists. Like I was trying to troubleshoot the problem, said nope, we can't do that because audio hardware does not even exist. So I was like, all right, well that's obviously not going to fix it. So I tried to do system restore. I was like, I'll just restore it to a previous date before this problem happened. It's worked for me many, many times in the past. Except now, where it has been stuck in system restore since Wednesday.
It's still doing it?
Yes. Which means it's not working. It's stuck in a loop. It's not picking up on something, whatever. It can't. So...
We have to figure that out.
The Nothing Nerdy tech crew is working on it. They're gonna, I don't know, something about taking out the hard drive and doing something with it. So
should I just put it to sleep and then turn it back on?
Try turning it on and off, and it's still stuck in system restore. It upon loading, like the loading screen, goes to system restore. So.
Hopefully that's fixed before the finale.
Maybe I'll rig something up. Like if that doesn't work, then maybe I have my old gaming computer over here. I could plug it in. Gonna get some Play-Doh and some medical tape. Oh, have you tried turning it off and back on? Listen.
Classical tape. But yeah. So, small issues, but this was definitely one of the better episodes.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good episode.
And I'm actually really, again, like I was saying, like, how are they going to... My big question for the next episode is a lot of hows. Mm-hmm. Because there's so much they have to do and wrap up in the finale for this show. So...
Reconfigure the primary power coupler. Power couples?
Power converters?
I was going to go to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters. Yeah, so that was episode 5, and on to the finale next week.
Yeah.
So.
Finale. It's so weird. It's like, it feels so much, this feels like the much quicker.
It went by very fast.
Even though it's, like, I'm thinking of all the other shows, although I think Kenobi is one of the few that actually had a double feature on day 1.
Yeah.
Where some of the others didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's probably why this one feels so much faster.
Yeah.
But still, I honestly, I'm not going to kind of entirely complain, because it's like waiting forever. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's less breaks.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have it all
done.
Yes, Andor is going to be longer. Andor is going to be 12.
Yeah.
Which, we'll say that's nice. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to be excited for that. And then we have Bad Batch. Andor and Bad Batch at the same time. It's going to be interesting.
It'll be fun.
Is it going to be on the same day, too? I think it is. Like, they're both going to be on, like...
Would they do that?
Wednesdays or Fridays? I hope not, but I might be wrong. But
well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, and there's rumors. Apparently, there's rumors for Kenobi season 2.
Yes, we've talked about that. Yeah, I've heard.
But it's still a rumor.
It's still a rumor. I think if they're going to confirm it, it's going to be once the finale ends. Maybe there'll be a little bit of a lull, and then this way they could get people excited.
Credit scene.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do it like that.
Or maybe it's not a Kenobi season 2. Maybe it's a Vader series, and it's like this time it's less focused on Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan still shows up and makes a cameo or something, but it's more of like Vader's story. We can even get Darth Maul because like Vader and Darth Maul could have a confrontation.
Maybe Leia will get her own show. That'd be cute.
Yeah, that would be. It's kind of weird. It's like I don't know if I want to put that much pressure on the kid again.
Yeah, for what happened.
But it's like, maybe like I almost kind of feel like maybe she shows up in Andor. Like we've got Mon Mothma and Bail
Maybe
in that show. So it's like get like she just or when she's older she could because Andor's gonna be more seasons. So she could return as like 13-year-old or
that'd be pretty cool. Maybe Padme will get a show. Padme shows. They'd have to get a different actress. I don't think she would ever agree to do this.
I feel like she might.
I don't even know how they convinced her to do the autographs. Like she signed for Star Wars Autograph Universe last year. I mean, obviously it was like a ridiculous amount of money, but like I was surprised they even did that. So I don't see that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see her doing this.
I don't know. I feel like yeah, maybe.
Prove me wrong, Portman. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, really, that would be so.
It would be awesome, but I don't see it.
What if like I would? You know what I'd like? I would like a scene with like little Leia meeting, maybe like Bail has a hologram or a picture or something with Padme to show Leia. So, because Leia does know, she doesn't know who her mother is, right? She just, wait, oh gosh, I'm so confused. Like Luke asked her in Return of the Jedi if she knows her mother.
And she says she has memories, like
she has memories, which is kind of like the Force memories.
Yeah.
Like Obi-Wan was talking about with his family.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if Leia actually like has, like Bail actually told her, "This is your mom. Like this is your real mom. Just don't tell anybody."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like one of those like I would have loved to see in the sequels, honestly, or something, where they actually like Luke meets Anakin, basically Hayden and Mark Hamill have a scene together, and then Padme, like Natalie and Carrie have a scene together. Like something.
Yeah. I know there was a theory that, I don't think it's really, I don't know, like that the memories that Leia had were of were actually of Padme's body double, Sabe.
They're like, okay, but
because they
like
do.
Somebody that she knew that took care of her during on Alderaan or something.
Yeah. I think there was something at the end of one of the Padme books that kind of like alludes to that. I don't know if she helped take care of her or if she just met her at some point, like like when she was very young. So I remember when that book came out, people were wondering, like, oh, is that what Leia was talking about? Like she actually remembered her body, like her body double, her
basically, Padme's clone.
Yeah, basically.
That would be interesting.
Sabe should be Leia's Kenobi.
I've lost it. But I think like it's one of those things like Natalie, Star Wars is you'll get it's like you'll be fine. People love you. Come on, come back. I'd love something with Padme.
That would be cool.
I'm still like remember we talked about maybe that was a cameo that would show up in Kenobi, like a Padme cameo or something.
Yeah.
Or a flashback or something.
Unseen footage or I don't know. But yeah, that was
episode 5. On to episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
Return
So,
of the Tatooine. Return of the Jedi. Return of
mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan Jedi. Return of a Qui-Gon Jedi.
Yes. So I will be back. Mm-hmm. I will be back on Wednesday, streaming my reaction to the final episode. Probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time if you guys want to come and watch and hang out. And then we will be back next Friday around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time to discuss it if y'all want to come back.
I will have my reaction that day.
Cool.
I'll be staying up one more night.
God. Crazy. All right, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next stream. Bye, everyone.